All right, I'm in a new construction home here that we're going to be putting in a new complete HVAC system for heating and cooling with a heat pump and a gas dual fuel gas furnace as well. So I'm doing a load calculation, which we had to wait until the frame was done, and hopefully that'll be successful here. It's better when it's a finished walls and so forth. But I'm going to do a scan using a software, using my iPad here, that is a very high-tech type of a deal, and I'm going to go through and create a 3D model in this, and I'm online right now to the cloud, so that all the computations and calculations are being done upstream on the cloud, on the server. So I'm going to do that, and it's going to create a load calculation. Now, a load calc, or a heat loss, heat gain calculation, or a manual J report is what the result will be for this, is something that we need in the HVAC industry for heating and cooling, whether it's commercial, residential, or whatever, to determine for this specific home or building how much heat loss and heat gain will occur from the environment and the sun and the exposure, and where we're located in the country, and how the house is oriented toward the sun, and whether there's trees or shade or things like that. And all of those things are automatically taken into consideration in this calculation here. And so it's going to end up having a report, probably 27 or 30 page report that I print out when I'm done, and we use that for determining what size HVAC, cooling, and heating equipment we need, and also our duct design. We'll use it because we need to know how much air handling and air movement and air flow and volume and velocities that we need. So all of these things go into the design, so that we make sure that we do not oversize or undersize either the equipment or the ductwork, which would be a complete failure at that point, because the system won't work, or it'll prematurely wear out or destroy the equipment in 5 years perhaps, or 3 years, trying to, for instance, push a lot more air through smaller ducts that were inadequately sized and designed. And so if we do that right, then we know what BTU gas furnace we need. We need to know what BTU tonnage for the cooling side of the air conditioner, for the outside unit, and the airflow capabilities and characteristics that the system uses and imparts, which is the type of fans, the blower motors, and how fast they blow, and how many cubic feet per minute. So there's a whole lot of things, hundreds of things, actually metrics, go into these calculations. The amount of windows, the exposure, which direction the windows are facing. You see, these are 2x6 studded walls, very thick, right? So they can get a real thick insulation in here compared to a 2x4 wall, and that's typical in our cold environment here. And by the way, this software and the whole system also takes into consideration the regional weather design criteria, we call it, for being in this latitude, longitude, and whatever, and what the historical weather is, and the design temperatures for high and low, and so forth. So all of that's taken into consideration too, and put into it, as well as the amount of insulation that'll be done. And we know that is. It's for both for the ceilings and the walls. We're on a slab in this house, so there's no crawl space or basement below us. So it's a 2-story home that is going to have a big shop built onto it, but the shop is not going to be part of the air-conditioned space. So we'll go look at the shop in a while. But right now, we just want to go ahead and start the scan. So the way I do it here is I've already lined it out, and the first story is what I'm going to scan first. So I'll go on here, and then I'll say, okay, is there conditioned space above this story? Yes. And is there conditioned space below this story? No, because it's a slab. Then I say add the scan, and it says, okay, let's start the scan, first story. So now I'm going to start, and I'll just show you parts of this as I go. So now I'm literally, because of the type of cameras on this unit, I'm just going to start doing this. And of course it's hard, as I said, with a frame, but look how it's already starting to build a 3D model as I do this. And it's harder when it's just a frame, but it's still going to work. And we're going to walk around, and I just look at it and raise it up and down and allow it. Now look at that 3D model that's being built. Isn't that neat? And that's precise, within less than half an inch or so in dimensions. You see how it's trying to understand this roof line up there because there's a gap. And of course we're just doing the first floor right now. Now this room here that we're in is going to be like the great room with the kitchen off of it, living room, and it has a very high, like 12 or 13 foot high ceiling. And now watch this, it's going to add the doors. Okay, so now the doors are in there, and you see that window over there has been in. And then I tell it what type of windows, what type of doors, and I've already done that in the setup for this particular job. And then it already has that, and it takes it into consideration. Okay, so you get the point, and you see how it's kind of building the model as we go here, and I'll show you some more advanced as we get to the next levels on it. Just show foreign frames where just basically all I need really is the whole outside footprint, and then that lands and dimensions for setting the ductwork sizes for each room for airflow. The software and everything is learning as we go. Now I'm going to go to add another room. So all I do is, and it didn't complete because it's not reading some of these other rooms because of the framing. It's just what it is. So now I'm going to go to this room and we'll go to the back. A lot of risk for homeowners. That's the way it comes out. After we get the load calculations from this system and report, we go back to the shop and then do our design work for the duct work, which is a whole nother thing, but also the equipment sizing, so we can finalize the specifications on the job and give final pricing to the homeowner who's already engaged us to do the job with a deposit prior to construction beginning. So it's been lined up waiting and we're making progress.